There I am walking down the street, singing do-da-dee-dee-dee-dum-dee-dee-doo. I am Kuthumi, I am washing your feet, singing do-da-dee-dee-dee-dee-dum-dee-dee-doo. I look good, I look fine, I look good, and I know you are mine. Hello, namaste, 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 everybody. Let this be my official entry into American Idol. It is either that or Kuthumi for president. Running up in 2008, wouldn't that be interesting for the United States? But you said I could sing a song. I wanted to express myself much like the Madonna. A very good friend of mine, yes, a sweet Madonna. But sweet Imzaia, I know I have kept you waiting for our meeting during these 3 days that you are having together here. But I know that it wasn't my fault that it took so long for me to come in. You know, I can only fly on the wings of love. And I can only breathe the air of joy and celebration. And it took you a while to get into the mode of celebration. And this morning, you actually had a very good run-in with yourself. And you decided to shift the energy. Shall I tell a joke? Okay, here is the joke. One guy says to the other, "My computer isn't working." The other guy says, "Why not?" The first guy says, "Because I haven't switched it on." And that, my sweet Imzaia, took this lady 45 minutes to get over. I don't get it. I don't get it. Are you laughing? So anyway, it is so very good to be here with all of you. It's been a long time since we saw each other, although of course I have been with you. In the last few days I have been guiding you, assisting you, massaging you, and doing all of those things that I love to do. And why? Because I was invited by your higher self to come here and to assist you in the process of letting go of mind. Something that I did a very long time ago. As I know, and as you all know, and I'm proud to say this, I went insane a very long time ago. I let go of the power of my mind. And you can do so too. You too can let go of that force field that is holding you back, that is trying to bring you down with all those little thoughts coming in and ripping down and making you nuts. Well, they are making you nuts. Stupid, stupid human. Why should a thought make you nuts? It is not a part of you. It is just something that is done to you. And much like you can change your outfit whenever you want, so you can change your thoughts. It's very simple. But I and some of the others that are going to speak today, my good friend Adam, as he likes to call himself because he just came back from the United States, Adamus. Yeah, he wanted to update his name. So I told him, if you are going to be named Adam, I'm going to be named Eve. But of course that would change too much in spiritual history, so we are not going to do that. So I'm going to call him Adamus. Yes. So Adamus is going to talk to you today as well. He's actually going to be the one to answer your questions if he gets me out of this body in time. And in fact, Tobias is going to close off this ceremony, that you are having here, for that is what it is. It is nothing more but a ceremonial event. Something that allows you to let go. Something that allows you to believe. Because that is what it is all about. It is a belief system that you are small, that you mean nothing, and that you are governed by these thoughts of yours. It is also a simple belief system that you can get out of it, and out of it you will, or something like that. But you will. So Imzaia, there is also another reason why it took me a while to get, oh hello, sitting all the way back there. Are you afraid? Well, let's sit on my lap. And if you have a question, you come sit on my lap later on. So as I was saying, there is another reason why I have waited so long to come in. As most of you probably know, ever since you started working with that which you call free energy, a lot of things have been happening in your solar system. A lot of things have been happening in your universe. I have always said, and the other ones have always said, that humanity is the key. And so it is. You are the first ones to bring out the universal free energy into this universe. And so, as you will probably know, I was asked a little while ago, when most of you in Imzaia were having a get-together in the beautiful Lemuria that today is called Hawaii, I was asked to teach a free energy class. Some of you will remember, in that beautiful, beautiful city of light that is your planet Venus in your solar system. Oh, I know that if you look at Venus, it looks ugly. There are lots of storms going on. There is acid in the sky, Lucy in the sky, and all of these other things. Yes, the diamonds too. But you don't see that. You don't see the beauty of Venus. Why? Because like Mars and Venus, these both planets were early experiments of the Earth. Twice in this galaxy, twice in this solar system, the 12th planet, which is the key to universal liberation, has been started up before. I know that most of you think this is only the second time because Mars was the last time that we attempted something like this. But actually Venus was the very first time that this was attempted in this free will galaxy. You see? But unfortunately, because the gift that we carried when you were all living on Venus, because the gift was so big, so huge, other cosmic races that weren't quite ready to handle the free energy, that would use it as a protection system, you see, as a weapon instead of as a device of love, tried to come into Venus, and later on they tried to come into Mars to take this thing from you. The stupid thing is, of course, that if they had just waited a little while longer, they would have understood that you were not trying to hold on to it. You were willing to give it away freely, free energy, but only to those who were ready to use it, you see. And so, at a certain point, humanity, which was also a name that you were using back then, humanity decided to close the 3D gateway to Venus and turned it into a desolate planet as you left your lives behind there. And the result is an acid-filled planet that you see today in 3D. But in the higher dimensions, the original authentic energy of Venus is still there. It's also still there in that planet that you call Mars. In the higher dimensions, Mars is like that which in New York you would call Central Park. Mars is basically the Central Park of your solar system. A planet filled with nature, where no human, no other conscious form of life has ever done anything to change the authenticity of it. It's a beautiful day if you walk for a day on the real Mars, existing from 5D on and higher. But Venus is much more like a nexus of loving energy flowing through your solar system. And actually, if you were to really look at it, it is the heart of your solar system. Some would say that the heart is the sun, but the sun is the soul of your solar system. And Venus, my beloved ones, my family, Venus is the heart. And so, in this multidimensional city of light, covering an entire planet in its crystalline magnificence, covering the entire planet, races gather from time to time. Races come together to be taught in the latest developments of this, your universe. And so, for the very first time, not so very long ago, humanity, being the key to the evolution, got the first gift out of themselves. And they gave it freely away to all the other races. You all did. Because now you know that the rest of this galaxy is ready to receive it. And guess who got to teach that class? It was I, Kuthumi. I must admit that I gave a very wrong impression of humanity indeed. Yes, I pretended you were all happy. And I pretended you were all enjoying yourselves all the time. But I knew I could do this because in a very short while there will be nothing else left than that type of joy and that type of love flowing in and out of you freely, non-defined. It is so insane to think about it. It's also insane to think that I have been fighting off Adamus for the last 10 minutes because he already wants to get into his body. Anyway, that class that I taught actually went on for about 3 millennia. A time loop was created so that the entire galaxy and the entire universe could begin learning free energy. And one of the beings that is actually running the university that is Venus to all conscious life in this galaxy is Lemuaya, the one that you met again yesterday. Now, it was a very, very heavy message that Lemuaya gave you, but actually, he was damn right about it too. All you need to do is step into action. And I hope some of you had a very little night's sleep. Very little sleep indeed. Thinking, feeling, experiencing how you could make this work. How you could actually do this. And if you haven't, then use the coming hours and the coming days and the coming nights to think it over and to feel it over. What can you do? And there is very little action required, my beloved Imzaia, to get things going, because the universe is ready to respond to your command. Do you understand? It is waiting to open up. And it is waiting for the conscious creators, such as yourselves, to actually activate yourselves. And that is one of the reasons why I am here today, to give you the final phase of the Akene activation. You have been working with that for the better part of this year. And finally, the Akene can now be turned into a practical tool. It is all in preparation for the total and final activation of the Akene happening in several months, when the 3 Akene points of this planet Earth are finally lit up. And some of you that are here are going to be the ones that are responsible for lighting up those Akene points on this planet Earth. You remember that this was your assignment when you decided to come into the planet, to be responsible for this activation. I'm talking now especially to the gatekeepers of Den Helder that are here. And I'm talking to the keeper of Lemwaya, and I'm talking to the Kepa over there, and I'm talking to the beautiful Mother Goddess that is sitting over there and that will be sitting on my lap very shortly indeed. Now, all of you have these special types of assignments. All of you. None of you are better than anyone else. You have to remember that. It is only when you all work together that you can manifest what you want. Because if there is separation going on with you, within you, and without you, if there is not complete and full wholeness, holiness inside of you, then you cannot manage to get the rest of the planet to come with. For what is living inside of you as an individual, and I am, and as the I am also, that is your group consciousness, as there is separation in that, you will manifest that separation outside of your groups and your spiritual consciousness. It will manifest in planet Earth as well. It's not a warning, it's just a reminder. It's what happened in Atlantis. And it's not going to happen again. There you go. Bless you, my child. So, as I was teaching this free energy class on Venus, under the guidance of sweet, yet big, yet fragile, yet sensitive Lemwaya, if you get to know him better. As I was teaching that class, many cosmic races, including the Pleiadians, including the Syrians, and including the inhabitants of Orion. And I know I have a tendency to name these 3 in a row all the time, but that is because their societies are working together, you see. Many of these races, and several others that you know not the name of, were there. They were there in that class, and they wanted to know how humanity, that unique group of soul potential filled individuals, how you were coping, letting go of that mind thing that they know nothing of. So in the last few days that you were here in what you call a seminar, you might have felt the presence of a lot of Pleiadians, because as I came here with Lemwaya, I took most of my class with me. This class is still going on, only right now it is not going on Venus, obviously, because I am here. It is going on here. And I must thank all of you, because you have shown to my pupils, to my students over there, sitting in that corner over there now, thousands of them in that corner, isn't it interesting? You have shown them the power of your heart and the beauty of your willingness to change. And that is all that you will ever need, the willingness to change. We have said, I and all the others, so many times before, that humanity is the key. But you never quite understood why you were the key, you see. It is very simple indeed. It is not because you are going to do something special. It is because you are special. It is because so many of you have been the ones that have traveled the universe, that have been the angels, you would call them, on this planet, that have been the masters guiding all these other races. That's who you are. And those beautiful, strong, powerful masters, having lived millions and billions of lives on all these other planets, in all these other galaxies, in all these other universes, decided one day that they would undergo the great experiment, that they would do unto themselves what they had seen around themselves. And they would show that from the darkness the light is always born. Always. And so all of you, beginning with the original 500, obviously, started coming down, incarnating, guiding each other, at first as energy beings, as you set out the guidance system that in part is still operational today. Then a little while ago, my beloved ones, when the 999 portal finally closed, the last ones of you, that original group of masters that have traversed the universe, jumped in to the earth. And now you are all here, all of you. There is no one else that is left behind in energy. And why did you do that? Why are you the key? Because you are the great example, you see. You have always led by example. It is what is said about the Christ, that he used to lead his people, the people of his time, by example. And as you are all carriers of that Christ consciousness, you are also leading by example. And sometimes it seems that your actions are so futile that nobody is seeing what you are really doing. But you forget that those that are in energy around you right now are not humanity. They aren't the humans. They are all the other races. They are coming to see how you are doing this. How you could be so brave and so inventive as well to take that divine energy and reincarnate again in the flesh, in matter, in 3D. That's a great challenge, you know. You have no idea how great that challenge actually is. that is why you, as the only race right now in the universe, have created this system of free energy based on the Akene. You are the only race in the universe working fully with the Akene. You, in modern day language, would be called a software developer as a race, you see. And as there are other people already using your software in other spots of this galaxy, you are the ones creating the updates. And as you perfect the system of the Akene, every single day the updates become available to other people, other life on the universal scale, you see. That is what you are doing. Basically put, you are, and Adamus is not going to like it because this was going to be his sentence. Basically put, I'll even say it in his words and with his accent. Basically put, you are reinventing God. I couldn't do it, could I? No. Ah well. But that is what you are doing. You are reinventing the God concept. Putting God, an infinite energy, into a linear form. And discovering that linearity need not lead to death. Need not lead to an ending. That is what you are doing. And as this happens, you must be aware that 3D is the only dimension in an infinite realm of dimension that actually forced, and I say forced because it has been changed already, that actually forced all matter to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. You see. So as this changes, and as you are now told that 3D is a dimension that is available on all other worlds, all other galaxies, you are seeing what you are actually doing. This is one of the only planets, actually, the only planet, I should say, that actually is experiencing life, divinity, in a 3D realm. All the other planets have eventually decided to take that life up the dimensional ladder, to go higher. But they forgot to integrate it all, that it also needs to exist here in this realm of time and space. So that is what you came to do. That is why you came here. To bring that divinity into the 3D realm. The Akene is allowing you to do that. And as you are learning how to work with it, so is all other life. So get ready for an Akene experience, for you have always been promised that you would get to be in touch with alien life. That's what you call it. Your brothers and sisters from other corners of the galaxy. What you didn't know is that it is going to start with the Akene. So as the Akene will power up based on the power that is you, that you will keep inside of you, you will immediately be brought into contact, enter into contact with all other life. in the galaxy. That's going to be quite a shock, because you will find out that in many an instance, that life is also you. Other aspects of that which you call the higher self. About 1/3 of my pupils that are over there right now are based on humanity, are based on the human higher self, parts of you living out their lives in other corners of the galaxy. Fascinating, isn't it, how these things work? So Imzaia, do you now see how you will claim your mastery in the end? How you will be allowed, how you will allow yourselves to create your own reality. The universal manifest that you have been working with is nothing more than the final update that you are creating based on Akene energy, on the Akene. I and all the others have always said that you are the ones creating that manifest. And it is true. It is true. What you used to call the Cosmic 12 that opened up the manifest is nothing more than a collection of all higher selves of humanity, and based on that, all your other lives that you have ever lived throughout the cosmos, throughout the galaxy, and the universes all around you. In the past timeline, in the now, and in the future timeline. Do you know what I am saying, brothers and sisters? I am saying that you, as the key of the universe, are the coming together of all the cosmic vibrations and all the cosmic frequencies that are spread throughout all that is. That's who you are. The God Self, separating itself to find itself, to enhance itself. That's what we all are. I am also part of this. Much like all of my friends working with you on that which you would call the other side of the veil, which in a while will not have much of another side left to it. For you see the veil in duality. And so you see it like a big curtain, thing going on the one hand and thing going on the other hand. But it is not a curtain. It is a sphere. And you are breaching the tachyonic, photonic barrier of that sphere. So from your perspective, you would say that the human adventure is just beginning. And as it is beginning, so is the divine adventure of God, Spirit, all that is, I am, finally blending together again as one, including this experimental third dimension of matter that you have created. And as the illusions are being taken away, so is the veil being taken away from your very eyes and all of your senses. And I must understand, and I do understand, that this is a difficult time for you. When you finally think, as a race, You have figured out who you are. Now you need to come to the realization that you are much more. It's like finding out that you have a specific preference in your life and then arranging your complete life to agree to that preference. And then all of a sudden one day you wake up and it is all different. Of course that's going to be difficult. Of course that is going to give you trouble. But if it didn't give you trouble, well, why else are you here as the explorers of time and space? You too, in a way, are much like those energies such as the Christ, deep sea divers, going all the way into the world of matter to enhance it, to complete the picture, the full spectrum for everyone. And so, as you are coming to the end of this universal manifest, it's going to be some more weeks, but it is going to end at a certain point. You will be surprised how these things will all be blended together and how you will automatically see these slots with an O the openings with a U, the openings where other information that you personally have gathered will start to connect. And this is the multidimensional aspect. Oh, stop laughing, you. And this is the multidimensional aspect of the universal manifest. For it is different for everyone. The core in itself remains the same. The information that has come in, that is readily available to you, for everybody, is basically the same. But, with one T, as you have experienced and as more and more of you are experiencing, damn it, that universal manifest keeps changing on you. For you will listen to a message, and then several days later you will listen to it again, maybe weeks later, and you will think, didn't pick up that sentence the last time. And then you write the sentence down, right? And then a couple of weeks later you might listen to it again. Now these are the rare ones. Most of you are waiting for new information. But those who have done it will see that all of a sudden it could be that that sentence that you wrote down that was so important to you, next time that you listen is suddenly gone. It's not there anymore. Now this is not a trick. At the beginning of the Universal Manifest, you as a collective, called the Cosmic 12, have told yourselves that this is information that you can listen to on a rotation of 144 frequencies. And that is what is happening. So as the core of this message, that is the cosmic or universal manifest, remains the same, it changes depending on the specific keys that you need to activate it completely. Do you understand? Each and everybody here, in listening to these words, have had unique experiences in your very private reality. each and everybody's reality is slightly different from one another. So you have all had unique experiences which cannot be found with anyone else. That's why all of you are important, equally as important. You have had experiences that the person sitting over there, for instance, has never had and will never have. And vice versa. And this goes for everybody. Now it is these experiences that make up the key, that will eventually create the key. And as the universal manifest gets finalized in several weeks, the openings will become clear where you put those keys into. So basically, it is about integrating your 144 strands of unique DNA into that manifest and making that one, a reality. My God, Kuthumi has never been this serious, has he? Well, I have some important things to say, and I have been teaching on Venus, I'm paid very well for that, so I have to keep up the attitude. Anyway, you will understand more as I invite all of you in the coming weeks. Yes, all of you. Yes, also that one sitting somewhere at home right now that thinks he has studied everything that is to study about the manifest. You too, I invite all of you to start experiencing it again. The first few messages will sound really simple, and they will trick your mind into believing that you know it all. But then get ready to open yourself up and to receive the new parts of the information that are still waiting for you. There where the keys will eventually be placed. The keys that are to be found in your own experience, in your own DNA. That's where your experiences are ultimately stored throughout all of your lives. All of them. And then, at a certain point, it will all be over. And you will claim independence. And you will claim mastery. The information that you have been receiving is the same information that has been given to all of those that have achieved mastery and ascension throughout the years on this planet Earth. Only this time, the real introduction, which basically is the manifest, is made available for everybody. So everybody has a chance to find out more. And that is why some of my friends and myself are physically working with physical humans on the planet who have decided to be the pioneers to go further. And some of them are here amongst you right now, and on other places on this planet. So, after this Akene activation that I will start in a few minutes, it will be the last time that I make a contribution to this part of the manifest. After me, and when Adamus and Tobias will be finished today, I will no longer, and the others will no longer contribute. The 6 messages after that will be called the 6 grand illusions. And it will be a Kara bringing them in for you, explaining them to you, and they will tie all of the information of the manifest together. And then, in the last 2 messages left, myself, Kuthumi, and Adamus, Adam, will be the one to finish it off. And so it ends. Then, the last day of your December get-together in Camelot, England, Ekara will activate it. So, that is all that you need to know. And after that, my dear Imzaia, you get a break for just a couple of days. Little less than a month, in fact, which you will need to integrate all of it and to find out. And that is going to be your big assignment in the month of January 2008, and actually even at the beginning of the second half of December. You are going to find out where the keys are to be found within you and your DNA. And that is what will be the big jump taking place on January 28th, 2008. It is going to be a date that the world will not soon forget. No, there won't be great floods. Unfortunately for all of those of you who like drama. There won't be wars, there won't be death, there won't be fires, there won't be magnetic poles shifting, there won't be aliens coming down from the mountain, there won't be bugs coming out of your stomach, there won't be any of that. There won't be any levitation beams and evacuation beams coming in to save you. All of that is just crap. Just more tricks of the mind trying to infiltrate this divine knowledge. As you will see, in many spaces on this earth, these are the false prophets that have been prophesied, trying to give you more mental information so that the mind keeps going down into the ego instead of up. All the things that we are telling you are not ego-based. They are not there to make you feel better about yourselves. They are there to show you to you, so you know what to do. That's why they are there. That's why we are speaking to you so directly in the last few months, and even the last few years. So, January 28th, the day the world ended, and the day that the world was born anew. The great reboot of planet Earth, finding its way all through the universe. And as Adamus has already told you a little while ago, a couple of messages ago, get ready to get the steering wheel pushed into your hands, because you will be the ones governing the laws of physics. You will be the ones deciding that the sun is going to come up. You will be the ones deciding when the rain falls, etc., etc., etc. And this goes much, much further than you think right now. You will be the one deciding if life leaves the planet or not. And at first, you will do it quite unconsciously. It will lead to much frustration indeed until you finally figure out the manual. How this actually works, this car you are trying to steer. Maybe you'll get a little bumper crash. But that is no problem. That's the reason why we, all that time, I and all the others, have remained on the supposed other side of the veil. so that when that time came, we would be ready. We would be ready to slightly catch you if you fall or if the accident that you might make would become too big. You see, that's the reason why we did it, why we stayed on that other side. So now you know. Now you know what you have been working towards in the last year. And it's not just you, it is other consciousness on the planet as well. That is the reason why we have always connected the Imzaia consciousness to the Shambra consciousness and to the light worker, and actually to some others as well. Because you are all doing it together. Now yesterday, when Lemwaya spoke, you discovered that that race, let's call it a race, the Helderianen, the clan of the Bright Eyes, are responsible for bringing in the universal joy. But it is all Imzaia that is responsible for bringing in the universal love. And it is the responsibility of that other consciousness that has been inhabiting the earth, expressing itself as whale, dolphin, turtle, dog, cat, horse, that is bringing in the freedom. And if you enter all of these things together, if you put them all together, you get a really interesting cocktail. A cocktail that will make you free, non-defined, but it won't give you a hangover. It will only enhance your power even more. So, knowing that, and knowing me, knowing you. It is not so that there is nothing that we can do, but it is time to act, sister.
Act.
It is time to bear the responsibility, brother. That's a difficult one. It is time to understand that there is nothing to be afraid of. Nothing fails. No more fears. And I'm not just doing this because it is fun to quote songs. I'm just showing you that the keys and that some of the extra information in the manifest is not just found in other spiritual texts. It's all around you, all across the planet. To be found everywhere, in the smallest creation of a leaf of grass that would be written about by a poet. A blade of grass. To the biggest sun that is setting in the sky every single day. To the most commercial of songs sometimes entering your life, to the most commercial of movies sometimes. Remember the Matrix? It is all around you. All around you. Sometimes even closer than you think. And to be found in those people that you think are the far most removed people from spirituality, such as Hitler, for instance. The information, the cosmic truth, would not be complete without the input that happened back then, what you call the Second World War. it would not be complete. Every person that went through an experience on this planet, even if that experience was death, it was never for nothing, ever. It was all worth it. All because it would all create this full spectrum of experience, you see. All the potentials needed to be discovered and experienced. And that is why sometimes your life sucks. That is why. And that is why sometimes a generation feels that their life sucks when there is a great war upon them. It all was worth something. Just remember that. And nobody that was ever in pain was ever truly in pain. It's like a big act of improvised theatre. Actors pretending to be in pain, pretending to die, pretending to know nothing. Sometimes. But always allowed to leave the stage when it was too much, so that they could remember who they are. As they left the stage, they were so full of passion with their job. You were so full of passion with your job. Even though you knew sometimes it was difficult, you decided to jump back in. It's like somebody in the fire brigade, even though when they actually are driving to a fire and entering a building in flame, even though it might be then that they fear for their lives and that they are afraid, they do the job. Looking that fear right into the eye. And when, in the end, they drive back to their fire department, they don't say, that was it, no more work for me, no more danger for me. All that they think about is what they have achieved and the life that they have changed, or at the very least tried to save, and in the end, they do it all over again. That is you. And yes, sometimes you ran across a planet such like Mars that ended up with a big kaboom, ended up kaput. But that was nothing more than a galactic twin tower 9/11 experience, you see. And the fire brigade went into that building anyway, facing the fear and knowing that it might kill them in the end. But they believed in something greater, a greater destiny that they needed to follow. I could go on, but I feel that it is time for the Akene. So as I have been talking here, you might feel that this room has changed. The temperature is quite different, and I hope that you feel the layers. That one layer around your head might say it is pretty damn hot in here, and then there is a layer a little bit lower around your waist, for instance, that could say it's pretty cold in here. There is a temperamental difference going on. Do you feel that? Now this is because there is a blending of all human consciousness taking place right now and all cosmic consciousness, which to most of you would feel cold. Leave that judgment behind. Thank you very much. Now Imzaia. Please understand that all that blending that is going on around you is also going on inside of you. You are becoming the cosmic man, the cosmic woman, the cosmic one. It's happening within. It's happening to you, and maybe to your surprise, it is also happening to me and the others like me. Our knowledge of the continuation of this timeline, it stopped the day the free energy completely activated. And that is why the coming of Ekara is so very important. For this is a being, you see, that chose to sacrifice his existence in his own free energy world timeline to jump back here into this one to assist you and to assist me and all the others on our path to salvation, the finishing of all of this. That is why also he is the one that is going to finish up the manifest pretty soon. And that is also why we are in that free energy class that you have been in for several weeks now. We are there together with you. I am only in the position that it is easier for me to go to all these other realms of time and space and to allow for other life in the galaxy to also learn about it. As I told you at the beginning. All right. Remain seated, but all rise. All rise. All rise, because a king and a queen are entering this very room right now. It is both parts of your duality that is entering. That supposed male side and that supposed female side of you that you have split off, split in two. And in one life you experience the one, and in the other life you experience the other, the male and then the female. They are both entering the original template of that, what it means to be king, what it means to be male, and the original template of what it means to be female. Entering this room that you are in right now. Do you feel that? And do you feel that as they are entering this room, they are also entering the room that is your heart? You have two halves of your body, represented in the heart, the brain, the eyes, even in the nose it's there, the two parts, the ears, the hands, the heart, several of the organs such as the lungs, of course the legs and the feet, all representing that you have two halves. Now, let that male energy come deeper into you, filling up half of your body. And this also is available to the men here, because the male energy that you have experienced, that you have been forced in some cases to play, is not the male energy I am talking about. I'm not talking about the macho man. I'm talking about the male energy. Not going to explain that further. You know what I mean. Allow that to settle in your body. And then do the same thing for the female energy. Let it settle into your body as it enters into your heart, filling up the other chamber of your heart. Feels good to be one again, or at least to have the opportunity to be one again. And then imagine that there is a force field, and I'm taking in the energy of Kirael to work with me. Some of you might know him, and we will blend as well. As we, Kirael and Kuthumi, are also the male and the female aspect of each other. Ah, you figured it out. Had to wait till we had it told you. Interesting. Imagine a force field. Oh, come here, sweetie. Imagine that force field that is entering into the very center, the very core of you. It is allowing the separation. We are going to take the force field away. I'm going to count down, and as that happens, you can allow. And as that happens, you can allow the male and the female, which is creating the duality, to blend. I'm going to count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 3, and a 1, and we have lift off. Feel it happen as the two parts of your brain are becoming one again. No more separation going on in there. Are you liking that, Imzaia? You are coming home into you, into yourself. And from that space, it is even more close to the original divinity than before. Open yourself up so that you can see, imagine or feel, it matters not, that you are somewhere above yourself, looking down. We are going to create that universal space within you once again. And Kirael, I'm going to be the one to do that. Are you ready? Master. So imagine yourself then, as Kuthumi is taking a break. Imagine yourself then, being filled with His love, being filled with His light. It is gathering inside of you. And it is that thing that you have always been trying to find in the eyes of the other, in all your love affairs, in all the children that you have born onto this planet, in all the things that you desired, and that you finally learned are not to be found there. That's the energy that you are now feeling. So let that happen, and go above yourself. Rise above yourself. Be that graceful creature. Yes. Very good. And now, we are gonna go up. Indeed. And you see yourself again sitting in this hotel, becoming more, becoming bigger. And you see the earth getting smaller. And there you are again, that one little point of light. Can you see it? That one little point of light on the earth. Only this time you are complete, you are whole. So you now have the ability to not just be that point of light, but to envelop the planet, the entire blue sphere with your light. Do it now. There you go. Good girl. Good boy. Good boy, girl. Then we are gonna go further. Let me take your hand and show you your solar system. Are you ready for that? And we swoosh away, and we end up near the rim, the very edge of your system. Ooh, pretty cold here, isn't it, so far away from the sun? Ooh. Well then, tap into all those other sources of light that are available all around you. They are connected through, again, your DNA. Do that now. And then you see that you have the ability to also spread that light of yours all across the solar system. And you're becoming one with the sun, and becoming one with Mercury, and becoming one with Mars and everything else. Oh, and you realize all of a sudden that there are more than just the 9 planets. There is much more in this solar system, and now you are it. We're going to go further. We're going to go to a distance where you can see so many other solar systems around you. This is what is called your galaxy. And yes, you are able, you have the ability to completely surround that as well. Fascinating that. How energy such as yours can shrink and expand as much as you like, never losing its field of integrity, only getting stronger as it does. And then we increase the distance once again, going to that space where you can see galaxy after galaxy after galaxy as you turn back and see it all behind you. Now, Master, expand once again and be here now. Be all of it. All that life, it almost makes you want to laugh and cry at the same time, that you are all carrying all that life within. Pretty insane, isn't it? And there we go. We're gonna go now beyond all those galaxies, and we're gonna breach the rim of the universe itself. And as we do, we become the universe. It's happening now. You are the universe. Isn't that amazing? That you can be that, this beautiful power. Amazing. And we continue to expand. We move another distance in the awareness that time and space are but illusions anyway. So it doesn't need to take a lot of time to do this, to move those billions and billions of light years. Oh, that's a bit further than you thought, wasn't it? Oh, keep going, keep going. You don't need to try and crumble up your energy so you can make the breadcrumbs to go back home. You are home as you are getting bigger. Yes. If you look around you now, you see all these different universes. Become them now. Become that shining beacon in space. Become space itself. And now you know, human. Now you know, space was never empty, it was filled to the brim. Filled to the brim with the potential of you being it. Amazing that. You have never felt more fulfilled in your damn life. And now we are at the very edge. And you feel the layer that is Imzaia, tachyon photonic. Do you feel it? Great. Breach it. Step through it. It is inviting you to do so. And there we are, Imzaia. As you did that, I can once again come back to guide you. Now you are all that is. It's beautiful. Let's explore this a little bit. As you now are all life, let's explore it. Oh, do you feel that there is a planet somewhere that has a type of life, a bird that is so beautiful. You've never seen it before. And the sound it makes, oh, the sound it makes, unlike any other bird on this planet. It's unique, just like you. Do you feel the frequency of that sound? Do you hear the song of that bird? Sounds like a baby. Amazing. Let's explore a little further. As Kuthumi and I, Kirael, and I, Kuthumi, and Kirael, take you further through your own experience. Let's go to another planet now. This one is a gas giant. There is no ground to walk on. There is just energy. But there is life here. Do you feel it? There is life that blends with you so completely, so quickly. It's very friendly too. Let's move on. I want you to meet a very special star system based on Pleiadian energy, a very good friend of ours that is soon going to be here, incarnate on this planet Earth. Its name is Satya. Look at it. Do you see how there already is an umbilical cord connecting it to Earth as it is preparing to come in to the human body? No more words. No more words. But we have to get going. She now is a part of you anyway. And you will meet her really soon. Now let's change perspective. Let's look at this thing called the universe and all the other life from the perspective of God. As you are seeing the totality. All that energy that you have now become, and yet at the same time you are sitting here in the body. We are once again going to let it twirl all around you. Going from right to left and from left to right, layer after layer after layer after layer after layer of energy. Life, force, energy, divinity. And there is a space in your body that is recognizing it, that is glowing now. It is your thymus. It's glowing. It wants to attract all that energy. It wants to bring it in. Let that happen. Let it come into you. Energy can shrink and expand at leisure. So it can shrink to fit in your body. Let it come in. It goes quicker than you think, doesn't it? Easier than you thought, isn't it? Let it come in. And again, for the umpteenth time, we are connecting that thinnest spot. We are connecting that to the back of the brain. We're going will go a little quicker now. We are connecting that to the center of the top of the brain and all the way back down into the face. Let it happen. All that work, the great work. And let the neocortex, the third eye, shift slowly to the pineal gland. The center of the triangle, in the center of your head. And then to the left and the right of you, this triangle is opening up. Opening up. Opening up with all life. Becoming two pyramids indeed. One pyramid representing the male, and the other pyramid representing the female, but in such a way now that they are non-distinguishable. Male energy and female energy are one. And then feel myself, Kuthumi, standing to the left of you, and I, Kirael, standing to the right of you. Don't be afraid. We are going to push the pyramids together so that they are intertwined with one another. And we'll do that until you get the star that they will form, like a small Merkaba body. And we are going to do it. Get ready in 3, 2, 4, 95, 1, 1.5, 0.1. The non-linear now. How do you like our sound effects in the meantime? There, you were distracted for that one moment that allowed us to actually do it. Feel that build up. You feel what is happening. All that energy getting ready to implode like a star would. And as it is building up to implosion, you are becoming the source of all things. Reality itself is changing around you as it is starting to answer to you, as all matter around you is getting ready to receive your input. There is no more void, only the fullness of life. Abundance, source energy. There is a space deep within now, a space of unconditional love, and joy and freedom that is the universe, that is the Akene. And it implodes, pulling all of your energy into one point and then expanding like never before, touching all the matter around you again. Do you feel feel that. Maybe you don't, but you will soon. Be rest assured. And so all matter around you is responding to this one big energy that is saying, I am. And I welcome you, Imzaia. I am Adamus. I am. It's what all the matter around you is saying. I am you. And I am ready to respond to you. Your wish is my command. And at the same time, something else is happening. Just focus for a second there on your brain. Focus just for a minute, maybe. Ooh, interesting what's going on there. There is a thought trying to come in. A fear-based thought. But now, there is an energy standing there at the gate, saying, you shall not pass. You shall not pass. Whoa, that's quite different from what you're used to, Imzaia. Your wish is my command and you shall not pass. Almost sounds like it must be a weekend day for you. A walk in the sun. Yep, that's what life is going to be about now. Walking in the sunshine. Because you will be the sun. And as you walk around, you will see you. All around you, your light will shine. How cool is that? You know what? I am going to give you a couple of minutes. I know there are a lot of you here that must have a lot of questions. But I also know that you want to get out of those chairs for a minute or two and go to the toilet, do whatever it is you want to do. Those of you who want to continue this experience can remain here and experience. We will continue to walk around. I, myself, Adamus, Kuthumi, Kirael, and the eventual Tobias who will come in. We will continue to walk around and touch you and help you out. For those that want a little break, we will be back soon to answer all of the questions that you might have. So now, take some time to experience that wonderful energy of the universe that is you, under your command. The command of a divine being that has the interest of all life, not just your own, all life, for you are all life. That is the interest that you now express, being here to enhance all life. Welcome, God. I know I have said this before, but there has never been a time, my beloved Imzaia, that it hasn't been more true than now. And with that, I'm going to ask you to remain in this energy bubble. Whatever you're going to do, just remain in the energy. I will be back, and all the others, soon, as you decide it is time, for your wish is my command. So when you decide it is time to continue this today, I will be here. And so, I am that I am. Adamus, Saint Germain. Speaking now on behalf of not only myself, but also Kuthumi Lal Singh and Kirael. So it is.